Hello friends and welcome back for episode 19 of the Terraria 1.3 Let's Play. Hope you're all doing well today. I certainly am. I would like to start today's episode off by apologizing to the person who I replaced this wall to satiate but forgot to put the torch back. That has now been done, and now we can all rest easily at night and hopefully cradle our loved ones tight. Anyway, let's start off today with a couple of little crafty things, as well as I'd like to actually get out and do a little damage to these guys because I forgot that on the Blood Moon, there's a chance for me to get that item, the flying pig, the something trough. The item trough, is that all it's called? It's an item that flies next to me, and I can use it to store things. And I would like that quite a bit, so let's just kind of walk around for a sec, see if we run into anybody. I did a little bit of reforging. I don't know if you've noticed, but my sword is a bit bigger and more powerful now. Cost me not that much gold, maybe about 10 or so. We've got the plus 11% damage, plus 10% size, and 10% knockback on our now Savage Fiery Greatsword, which is a lovely thing to have. And we also just picked up another zombie banner that I'll put in my chest of banners later. I also did a little bit of reforging on the demon side there. We've got plus 6% damage on that and 15% knockback. And I made this into a murderous water bolt because, well, specifically it's quite helpful for the Wall of Flesh. If I remember correctly anyway. I'm going to do a couple of other things, though, before we actually head back down. What is basically on the docket for today's episode is I would like to go, and I know this is a little superfluous and not the most useful use of our time, but I want to just do it because I enjoy doing this. I want to go and take on the Queen Bee, just to do it and get whatever items show up. I'd also like to maybe start building our Hell Bridge and maybe just do a tiny bit of fishing just to say we did it. I know it's maybe a bit late now to do the fishing because, well, really, we wanted an item that apparently was like a really good pickaxe that I could have gotten early, but I chose to forego this lovely possible benefit in lieu of other stuff. I was actually looking at, like, plotting the chart, essentially, of, like, what I was doing at what point in the Let's Play on the last one, and I noticed a couple of things. One of them is, well, basically, I'm a lot faster on this go than I was on the last one, which makes a lot of sense, considering I have, I guess, a lot more hours of practice now than I did when I was starting the 1.2 Let's Play. Another thing I noticed is there were, like, a whole bunch of ads on those videos that I didn't put on them, which, actually know why that happened, but it makes me kind of sad. My last network that I was on before I switched over to Curse, who have been lovely, by the way, I was with Machinima, and they had this fantastic policy, and now that I've been disassociated with them for, like, better part of, half a year, I think it's probably not that bad to say, but they had this policy of placing ads at their will, whenever they wanted on the videos, like mid-roll ads. I complained to them, and they were like, yeah, no, this is just our policy now. And then later they went back on their policy, and they're like, no, you know what, actually, we'll say that's not our policy, and it's okay, and if you don't want those ads, you don't have to be part of this program anymore. So I was like, alright, so take them off. And they're like, yeah, we're not gonna take them off, though. You have to manually go through and find which ones we put ads on. Which, I have, like, at the time, I had about 2,300 videos. That's not a reasonable thing to ask someone to do. I'd have to go through the boxes, the dialogue boxes, the back end for every single one of those videos to see where there were mid-rolls. So basically what I did was I just adopted this policy for the, general, whenever I could think to say it, honestly, for videos, to just say, hey, in comments, like, let me know if you see weird random ads here, and I'll, like, get rid of them. Because I didn't really need them there. Especially on a video that was like 20-something minutes long, having 2 or 3 mid-roll ads was pretty ridiculous. And so what they were doing, just to kind of take back the curtain entirely, is they were making use of this button that would essentially just have YouTube run this analysis of like when the most reasonable points for targeted ads would show up would be. And the algorithm that it used was totally broken, so it would just put sometimes 10 or 15 ads on a short video. Sometimes it would just be, like, almost entirely made up of ads, to the degree that it made the whole video unwatchable, which, I mean, and this is the argument I made to them, essentially, like, you're shooting yourself in the foot here, right? Like, I've spent all this time building up loyalty amongst the people that watch these videos, and now you're just gonna basically take over my channel and say, like, we're just gonna just spam ads everywhere, and, you know, if a lot of people unsubscribe from your channel, then, well, I guess that sucks. Ultimately, we're taking your money because we're a freaking ridiculous company. At Machinima, I have issues with them. I've probably said it in the past. I've never really gone into great detail because I was a little bit worried that they might take it personally. But they made it kind of personal, to be honest with me. Like, they had some of the worst tech support I've ever seen, or just support in general for partners. I was rather insulted by how they handled me. I mean, I've given them thousands of dollars over the years, and they couldn't even, like, respond to any of my emails. Sometimes they were late in paying me. There was, like, one really, really egregious issue that came up around the time when I was trying to disconnect from them. And I think for the moment I'll still leave that a little bit ambiguous, but I might go into greater detail later. But suffice it to say, really gross business practices involved that I'm really not happy that anyone is doing at all. Now, I know that the situation's a bit different if you're in the realm of, like, channels they care about. I obviously wasn't, being that I don't make them enough money to get on their radar. But I feel like if you're giving them thousands of dollars a year and they do absolutely nothing to earn it, you know, the least they could do is answer your email. I mean, especially when it's stuff that's, like, actually important and not just frivolous. Because I'm not going to waste their time either, and the fact that they didn't show me enough respect to, like, get that I wasn't trying to waste their time is also ridiculous. Well, I don't want to dwell on this negativity. Suffice it to say, that's why I got away from them, but just kind of wanted to mention, if you ever see these extraneous ads, like, I probably didn't put them there. In fact, I definitely didn't put them there, because I don't think I've ever put mid-roll. Maybe, like, once or twice I tried it on, like, one of the 2-hour Magic episodes, or something, like, really, really long that it didn't seem like it was gonna matter too much. Because, I mean, if you compare it versus, like, regular cable TV ad rates, or even Hulu, for that matter, which is actually kind of silly considering you pay for that, and there's sometimes a lot of ads on everything you watch, like, in a half an hour. But, like, look at a regular piece of TV, you know, video viewing. You're looking at maybe 22 minutes of actual video content, and then the other 8 minutes are ads, versus the YouTube setup that most of us have kind of gone with, which is essentially you get 30 seconds of ads at most that are skippable, so essentially, like, no more than 5 or 6 seconds of ads in that case, followed by whatever length the video is, often longer than half an hour, with no other interruptions, and usually no ad at the end either. Usually it just ends, and then it goes on to the next thing, which in that case there may be another ad. Like, YouTube has only recently started to make it possible for you to add even unskippables. That wasn't even a thing, really. Like, for the most part, if you put an ad up, it was totally able to be skipped, and most people ad block anyway, so that's the other thing. Probably like 40%, if not more, of the people that watch my content have ad block. And, you know, honestly, it doesn't matter to me all that much, because I really don't make the bulk of my revenue from YouTube. It's really mostly from Twitch and from people's generosity. So it's kind of like, hey, I just do my thing. If you're into it, support me however you feel is necessary. If you, you know, are bothered by intrusive or repetitive ads, and in the case of Twitch ads, they are absolutely redundant, so I don't really have much ill will there. If you're bothered by that stuff, then do what you gotta do to make yourself, you know, have a better time. I feel like generally the goodwill thing works out in the end, and I've been very lucky to say that it has for me in particular, so I think that's really where I would put my trust instead of trying to milk viewers for their time. I'd much rather just kind of take a laid-back, lax approach and say, you guys do what you need to do for yourselves, I'll do what I need to do for myself, and we'll kind of meet in the middle. Because I've seen people take a really aggressive stance when it comes to ad runs and stuff, and I feel like that mostly just alienates people and makes them frustrated with you, which, you know, I have no desire to do that. That doesn't seem like a good proposition to do long-term. And it was very frustrating that my network would take over in a way that was just like, hey, we're just going to tell you how to do your business. And, like, as if they knew what my audience wanted better than I did anyway. Which, you know, they couldn't be bothered to even talk to me, so I don't know what they know about my audience, which they don't know anything. Just saying. Anyway. Also, where is the freaking beehive? I just saw one a second ago, and then... oh, okay, there's more down. I guess I'm gonna go down a little bit and to the left. I see that slug there. I'm guessing this fight should not be very difficult. I have more than enough equipment and fantastic armor now, so hopefully we'll just kind of dig right over there, get involved, and move on. I don't think this is really a thing I need to belabor. If you get my drift. You don't get my drift, do you? That's okay, you shouldn't really. Alright, so did I go too far down or what? I'm lost in 3 seconds. No, it's a little bit further. I get distracted by these glowing green bits here, and I want to go walk toward them and see what they're all about. And then somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm saying, are there going to be Plantera orbs? And I know, in the front part of my mind, there's not, because I'm not in hard mode yet. But, the glowing pink off in the distance is always... Oh! We've got a traveling merchant. We're going to definitely go visit them in a bit. Yeah, I'm always beckoned by that for whatever reason. The glowies really do the job for me, just in general. So, just a little bit further down. And the crafting I wanted to do, I will get to when we get back, but the crafting was... I wanted to make an infinite arrow quiver, because those are actually kind of handy, especially if I'm using that bow that turns all of my arrows into bats. So, I want to have that on hand. There's also a way you can do that from musket balls. Hopefully I have the proper gear for that. I'm going to see when I get back there and try to actually craft it. It shouldn't be too big of a deal in general. I think there was something else too. I don't really remember what it was. Did I want to do something with accessories or... Because I could probably really do a little bit less with the jumping at this point now that I've got the rocket boots and I can walk on water and honey and all of that good stuff, so... I don't know, maybe I don't really need the setup the way it is. Hey! 50th jungle bat, hooray. Let's dump a couple things out of inventory before we get too caught up here. Don't need ropes, don't need potions, don't need cobweb, don't need 13 shuriken. And the rest can probably stick around. Don't really need the vertebrae either at this point, but I'll take some weird bugs, just because fishing's a thing, and maybe that'll be handy for me for some reason. Wooden arrows, don't really need those. Well, I will in a bit, because I have to make 4 stacks of 9.99, so... Well, let's just go fight this queen bee, and see how it goes. I'm hoping, yeah, if I just light it on fire... Burning bee never helped anybody here. You want to stick around for like 3 freaking seconds, or... There we go. Oh yeah, that works a lot better than that thing I was trying to do last time, although it's eaten through my MP pretty quickly, which I totally understand why it's doing that. The water bolt actually would have been a fantastic idea, considering that would have bounced around 100 times. I guess if I just keep it ticking... it's like ticking 1 damage every so often. That's not actually that good. There we go. We got our MP back. Let's murderous water bolt this sucker. Get a lot of bouncing projectiles, and hopefully this will just kind of work out. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got this set up. I've got this set up for Wall of Flesh, honestly, aside from just needing to build a bridge. I don't think I'm going to have that much trouble. Probably should have done the bow thing before I even came to this boss, but it's not like we're really struggling here. Yeah, I can clear it in 1 normal-sized jump, which is pretty sweet. Water bolt. Activate. Get on there. Get on there. You're not hitting it very often, are you? Alright, whatever. We'll just wait it out. What is it going to take? Like 3 more cycles of this? Be nice if I could hit it when it goes up and over. Also, what is that glowing blue in the ground here? Oh, they're magic stars sitting in the ground. Okay. Well, they were underneath the honey. I love that I'm blaming the water bolt and I'm just not even aiming anywhere near it when I throw them. There we are. There's the damage we're after. And there's the MP back. 2 more. Oh my god, you went through the ceiling at exactly the right moment to avoid that. Well played. I feel like we've got this. It's putting up more of a fight than I expected. I didn't expect that I'd get down past halfway down my health. We're at 183 right now, but I can heal up again. And immediately take damage 1 more time. Come on. Yeah, this was mostly just about me wanting to show off what this fight could be like. As well as just in case it drops anything cool. I mean, I don't know exactly what the drops are off of this these days. I've done this stuff all in the past. I've fought this boss several times in the past, and it's never been all that helpful or anything, but with 1.3, I mean, they might have turned the tables on this whole encounter. Maybe it's fantastic now. There we go. Oh, and we got a mask, actually, and 10 gold. Got an achievement. Oh, the witch doctor's arrived, and the witch doctor's actually quite beneficial. So let's head back home. That's one little mini mission accomplished. We didn't get the flying pig, unfortunately. So maybe a bit sad, but what are you gonna do? I don't know what beeswax is used for. Let's take a quick look, actually. Maybe this is good. Maybe beeswax is the missing link that we've needed all these years. What do you do? Bee nades, a hornet staff. Oh, we can make bee gear out of beeswax. I guess if we want to fight this boss a bunch of times. Okay, it's like good summoning gear. That's pretty cool. Summons a hornet. I'm into it. I kind of like that that's a thing now. So I guess there's like a viable direction to go in a bunch of ways that maybe you wouldn't have thought of first starting out. So let's drop off some of this stuff. Let's do a little bit of this quick stack inventory. Oh my god, I love when that happens. That's so satisfying. Also, let's throw this on so I want to see. Oh, it looks real weird when it's got the metal pattern on it. Alright, let's drop that off. We're gonna put that in vanity, I guess. Glad I have it. Probably not gonna wear it, but I'm glad I have it anyway. There's our bee gun. There's our hive wand that looks like a weird corn dog or, you know, nature's corn dogs, the cattails that you find in the swamp. Sluggy, snail. I want to just get as many insects as possible into our fishing bin over here. That way I can quick stack them later and I won't have to go in and do them manually. I really don't have snails yet, huh? Putting the lower order insects over in the left side first. I have to sort everything by some means in some way. Let's do one of these. That got rid of the wood. Banners 1. Drop that off. Nature's gift, that's counts as an accessory, right? This is one of those ones that's like a little bit... Yeah, it's an accessory. It's a little bit iffy. Hive wand places... What does that place? Places hives. Consumes hive, places hives. How does that work? I'm going to take that, put that in with the unique staffs. This is what goes in here, by the way. All of these things that don't really fit anywhere else. They're not really useful for combat in any way. They're just sort of there. We're going to also go into our guns section and drop off the bee gun. Let's see where you fit. Your 9 magic, that goes... Oh, that's the first thing on this list, in fact. Cool. Bottled honey needs to go up with the... Potions or food? Let's say that's food for now. And the beeswax, I guess, goes in the materials section over here. Yeah, it kind of fits over here, doesn't it? It's sort of like the tissue samples a little bit. Alright, perfect. And last but not least, zombie banner needs to go away. I should have done that before. I didn't realize it was in my inventory. And we'll just drop all of our money in. Into the proper place. There we go. And for some reason, it's moving my copper coins over again. Why does it keep doing that? I hate that. Alright, so what did I want to do? I want to do a little bit of combination. What we need to do is get some... Who's got the arrows? Arrows are general vendor, I think. You have the arrows? Yeah, there they are. Alright, so we want to make a whole bunch of stacks of this. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3, and we've got 4 right there. So we'll combine these together, get an infinite quiver. However we do that. I don't actually remember what I have to stand in front of for that one. Is it... Is it here? I don't see it. Alright, let's talk to this guy about it. He knows what I've got to do. Yeah, I've got 999 of these arrows. There it is. Endless quiver requires crystal ball. What a strange thing to need for that. Why on earth would arrows combine with a crystal ball? Or combine in front of a crystal ball? Who sells that? Do I have the proper person for that? I hope I do. Yeah, I didn't think it was you. I was not 100% sure. You don't have a crystal ball, right? You've got the imbuing station, which is quite expensive. And a blowgun. Who has a crystal ball? To you? No, that would be too easy. Well, let's talk to the traveling merchant while he's here, by the way. I've got money to burn. Life form analyzer, I need that. DPS meter. Red cape, I mean, I'd like to have one because it looks pretty sweet. 5 gold, though. A little expensive. I need that. Oh, I didn't even look how much that was. Yeah, I just bought it straight away. And red cape, I guess I'll buy just because it's a thing. Ultra bright torches. Those are kind of cool looking, but not necessarily required right now. Oh, let's pop out of here. I mean, that's real sweet looking, so I kind of like it. I might roll with that. I think you can even kind of see the gold glistening a little bit. I'm into it. I don't think I have the NPC that I need to get a crystal ball, which makes me real sad, because I just bought all those arrows. I talked to everybody? Dye guy wouldn't have it, right? No, he's just got dye stuff. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Fishing guy, painting guy. I don't even know what's up in painting world anymore. This looks like a pack of cigarettes. Yeah, no, nothing going on in there. And this lady doesn't have it, I'm pretty certain. She's got all the mechanic stuff, which is great, but not what I want to use right now. Alright, so who am I missing? Can I look in my housing area here? Dye trader, painter, witch doctor, angler, nurse, demolitionist, triad, arms dealer, clother, mechanic, tinkerer. Yeah. Just kind of double confirming there that that was what I remembered it to be. Let's drop off the DPS meter and cement mixer. I think that might be very close to everything I needed for whatever that object was. You know what? Just because it's going to bug me if I don't do it, I want to go quickly drop these on there and see if this is... Pardon, by the way. I know this is not the most compelling stuff to look at, but I just want to see... Okay, I'm missing the bricklayer, but I've got the other 3 pieces. That's what I was after. And this requires... I need a metal detector, and then I can make whatever this thing is. Alright, metal detector. That's what I need. Gotta keep that in mind. Alright, so for now... Just until we get this crystal ball situation sorted out. We're just gonna drop off all our arrows, I guess. And keep this in there, of course. We're also gonna grab the bow back, which I don't know why I'm looking in there. This is where the bow is. We're gonna put it in place of that. And then we're just gonna drop these guys over here. Good enough. And that'll go with that. Okay, that's that. What else do I want to do? I want to go maybe grab some stone out of our blocks chest. I think, yeah, I left an extra stack here just for this such an occasion. Also going to get rid of this block wall that I put up, because we're no longer in that moon. And let's just drop back down. We'll start building a little bit of a bridge here. Appreciate all the comments and support on the last episode, by the way. You guys were very vocal about it, and I appreciate that. In fact, some of the most comments I think I've ever seen on an episode in general. I really do value that whole exchange that we've got. The conversation is some of the most interesting stuff for me. I really do like that. Yeah, it's starting to bug me every time I go down. Hitting into those blocks, I mean. I'm just glad we don't have to deal with the water anymore. I kind of feel like the people making a big fuss out of, like... Also, what was that in the wall there? Was that Crimtane? Yeah, that was just Crimtane. Sort of a weird-looking bit in the wall. People that were making a big fuss about, like, walling off water sections so you don't get too worked up about it, like... It's fine to do that if you care, but when you get to the bottom, it all just disappears anyway, so, like, you're just really making yourself a little bit more work, perhaps. Unless you're just too frustrated with the way that it's going, which I wouldn't really blame you if you were. It was pretty frustrating for me to go through all of that to make the path downward. Where's a good spot here to start on? I'll just say maybe like right around here. Like this height. Let's look at the map real quick. Yeah, it's about average. I mean, we've got a lot of buildings to dig through on this one for whatever reason, but I think we'll be alright. So we'll just call it right here. This is our base level for the bridge, and then we'll get our stone ready to go. Stone goes in place of this net, I suppose. I'm not really going to be using that right now. And we shall begin the process of stonifying hell. It's going to take a little while, as you probably could tell. I don't probably need to go super nuts with the whole thing, because, I don't know, I imagine I'll be able to dig through its health pretty quickly, especially with that bow. And I'll get maybe some potions involved or something. Oh, the blood moon is rising. Didn't we just do that? Maybe I want to go back up there and try and get... Oh, look at this guy. He's got a drop for me here. Is that actually going to be one tile above? Oh, there's two of them, each with their own. I hate having uneven bridges. Oh, yeah, you make sure you come out, if you're going to come out, and drop him over this bit right here, please. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely get rid of this floor, because that's going to drive me absolutely nuts to have it be just slightly above or below. And, of course, I'm going to have to dig through a bunch of walls now, too, which is great, but what are you going to do? I might actually do some of this off-camera, because it's probably pretty boring to watch, but I figured we would at least get a start on it today. Get out of here, you freaking lunatic. You're so insistent. Just their way or the highway. Yeah, this is actually going to be, like, really annoying to do, isn't it? Especially when it's right across the lava like that. I actually can't even place bricks in there, so I'd have to clear out the lava first. Or make it deeper, I guess, so I could place over top of it. Yeah, that actually might work. It's got to be more, though. A little bit more. That's better. Yeah, we need an entire block clear for that to actually work. Maybe my problem is I went a little too low on this one. I think ideally you probably don't want to get mixed up. Oh my god, another one? You guys are just insistent with this. It's like the game's trying to tell me something. Start the boss fight, dude. I've never seen that many in a row, I don't think. Alright, you died by the pickaxe. That's how much of a jerk you were. I'm not even going to take the time to switch over to my proper weapon to fight you. What am I... Oh, ash there. Yeah, okay, this is why you generally want to build your hell bridge a little higher than this, I guess. Makes sense. And yes, I'm that silly that I'm actually going to hammer the blocks into the proper orientation so they actually match up properly, like that. Did I really? I found, like, the perfect rig point where they're all exactly out of line. Alright, well, maybe we'll not do much more of that right now. Thank you. I'm just gonna kind of clean up this little bit of a mess that I made here. Why can't I remember who makes the crystal ball? This is not something that, like, I don't know. It's just something that I can't remember right now. I've had a crystal ball, like, every single time. Is it something I make? What if it's something I make and I'm just a big idiot? It's probably the case. Okay, so we've at least reached the point where the elevator falls. And if I wanted to, I could go up here and, like, line it up so we could fall directly back onto it. But, like, I think there's some lava in the way, actually. What's the fastest way through? Every time I see that, I think it's creepy eyes in the background. It wigs me right out. Is it right here? Where the... Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's the fastest way. Oh, it dropped a yo-yo that I think I already had. Zealous Rally. Yeah, that's, like, really inconvenient to get down, isn't it? Alright. Let's go back upstairs. Let's go, well, heal, I guess, and ice mirror. And let's go beat up some zombies for a few minutes and see if we can get that pig to drop. Or whatever these are, mudmen, what have you. I wonder if I should stockpile strange plants, so that way when I get to hard mode, maybe they'll turn into ones that are useful for me? Is that a thing that can happen? I don't know. That seemed to be the way people were implying that I do crates. With fishing, apparently the crates drop and then I can wait until hard mode and then it will open up. What are you? The bride. You've got to be a rare, right? Oh yeah, wedding veil. But yeah, I'm supposed to stockpile these crates, and then when we get to hard mode, I open them all at the same time. And I guess the idea is that they can drop ore from the post-hard mode stuff, which means that maybe I could skip a tier of pickaxes, maybe. That's aside from the ones that I already knew about. There was apparently ways that I could have done that with the pre-hard mode crates, perhaps, or something like that. I could have gotten the shark item that apparently makes it better to cut stuff with. Alright, there's not a lot of forest in this direction, so I'm not encountering the dudes that I'd like, so let's go back and go right. I'm gonna have to make, like, a cool bedroom, too. Because having my character appear, like, one level up for no reason seems silly. Certainly no problems given from these regular zombies these days. But that's not who we're after, either. I should probably have taken a blue candle with me for this. Just kind of hoping things would work out. You know what? I should really go back. Because I'm not getting hardly enough enemy spawns here for this to be worth doing. Alright, it'll only take a second. I know right where I put it. Blue candle. Here in lighting. I think I only need one, right? Like, I don't think they stack beyond the first. Can't abide by that. Thank you. Alright, we got a couple of these guys. They make a real gross sound. Dripplers. And do I have a couple inventory slots? Yeah, I got plenty. Just wanted to make sure that I wasn't setting myself up for disappointment here and get a good drop and not notice it because out of inventory space. I've certainly done it a number of times now. Oh, there we go. I don't know why it didn't want to place in the first place, but got it. Just put that sucker right on there. And let the enemy massacre begin. I'll try shooting some of these bat arrows. This is why this is apparently a good weapon, by the way, is because I can shoot it automatic like that. Doesn't seem to do the most damage, but seems neat. It's also really inaccurate, which is maybe a bit of a problem, but ultimately not the end of the world, especially if we're fighting Wall of Flesh, which is like a big, vertically oriented boss where, you know, having it be inaccurate, it's probably still going to hit as long as it didn't hit the floor. We hit the floor. Anyway. Alright, you're all regular zombies, not so interested in you. I don't think they have the potential to drop what I'm after. I think it's just those sludgy-looking ones, maybe. Also, it'd be nice if we could get a little bit more light over here. Okay, they're all going to show up on the roof. Of course they are. It is just like you, to bend the rules. So anti-establishment. I had so many more enemies last time I was doing this Blood Moon. It feels like it's almost too easy now. Maybe it's just because I'm dispatching them so quickly, they're not getting a chance to really build up as much. I really like that drop. I mean, it's like directly like an improvement because I can just take the piggy bank out and have that, which functions as a piggy bank, but I don't need to put it down on an object. So I'm really hoping I can get one of these suckers. Probably shouldn't count on it because that always leads to disappointment, but it does seem like kind of a bit of fortunate turn of events that we got 2 Blood Moons like in a row like that. I don't know why that is. Surprised there's not like a lunar calendar item in this game that you can see when Blood Moons are going to show up. Maybe there is, who knows. Probably the wiki does, but, you know, I haven't looked at that in a little while. Dark over here, too. There we go. Got enough torches yet? Can you see? 100 zombies, my goodness, it's our zombiversary. Zombiversary. That's not really how anniversaries work. Alright, so I guess that's kind of the end of that, huh? That was a little disappointing. There's still one more drippler over here if I can get it. Drop it! Drop it like it's hot! I didn't drop anything. Well, I dropped a little bit of money. Not exactly what I was after. Alright, so that's gonna be that, I guess. I don't really have much else that I can do quickly right now. I mean, I'm gonna put away all this stuff, of course. Did I? Maybe I didn't have this, actually, this yo-yo. Let me look in my chest. Guns, magic, flail. Yeah, I didn't have it. How did I think I had it? I don't know. It's real bad, though. It's like the worst one. How is it worse than the other ones when I found it in hell? I don't get it. Oh yeah, let's see this. I want to see what the wedding gear looks like turned into metal. That is a strange look. It worked better than I thought it would, to be honest, but let's take that off. Oh, there we go. Shiny chrome dress. I'm so sexy. Are there any other weird combinations? I can put the mining pants on. Oh, you're not going to see him because it's a freaking dress. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting all of these strange items, mixing and matching them. Look, I'm the bee bride. I'm getting the fox head and then putting the wedding veil and getting it all to be metal. It's going to be good times. I'm looking forward to that part. Maybe put that in that order. Anyway, I think what we'll do for next time, I didn't do any fishing today, but I guess that's alright. We'll sort out that bridge in hell. Maybe I'll do some fishing just off camera just to see if I can get anything worth talking about, and then I'll just mention it casually on the next one. If there's any other bosses, there's not any other bosses, I know there aren't. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty much out of tasks. I should probably just wrap up what I'm doing, go on to hell or hard mode, and begin the ascent to the next level. That's kind of where we go from here, isn't it? Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. As always, thank you for your support and your continued encouragement, as well as your comments. I definitely value those quite a bit. Feel free to continue asking questions, or if you have any concerns, go right ahead and let me know what those might be. I'm sure there's something here I'm forgetting, and I'm going to think real hard about it before I start recording the next time. That way, I hopefully don't miss something really obvious. But I'm sure you'll let me know as well. But I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed the episode, and have a lovely night. Talk to you later.